Hello again, traders, and welcome back to the Hot Stocks Outlook for October 4th, 2024. Hope you all have had an excellent week out there in the financial markets. And as always, today we're going to take a look at the most recent VantagePoint AI predictive forecast. So if you haven't already, you can actually go ahead and click on the link in the description below and get signed up for a live demonstration and learn all the specifics about how these predictive technologies are helping traders make better trading decisions out there in the marketplace. Now, as we typically do, we like to start out with the S&P 500. And so really the main points here is, well, year to date, we're up over 20%. We've seen a little volatility pick up into the marketplace. So what we can do here is utilize these predictive indicators to identify some decent trading opportunities. And so the first opportunity here we can look at is Meta. So it's a really good example of how all of these predictive indicators work together. So what you're seeing here is daily price action. So each one of the candles is going to represent a full and complete trading day. And the first thing that should stand out is right up against all that price data is that you have a black line and a blue line value. Now, the black line that you're seeing there, that is actually a simple moving average. This is a very common technical analysis indicator. In this case, it's a 10 period. So it would look back at the previous 10 close prices, add those all together, and then divide by that number. But really the weakness with technical analysis tools like this is that all the data comes from the past. So it's really just summarizing what's already occurred. And it also only looks at one market at a time, in this case, Meta. Now, what VantagePoint traders are able to do is compare essentially that baseline value. We can compare that to this proprietary predicted moving average. And for this calculation, essentially a prediction of future prices for that to get calculated and plotted on the chart, well, this is where the technology of artificial neural networks come into play and are performing what we would call intermarket analysis. And so what we're able to understand is that other markets are known to drive and influence the future price moves in Meta. Now, this can be a collection of individual stocks. This can be some of those large indices like the S&P 500 or the Qs, but this can be things like global commodities or currencies like the value of the dollar index, interest rates. And so it's taking this global approach, looking at all the relevant markets that are known to affect the target market that you're trading, and it uses that information to generate highly accurate predictive indicators. And so whenever we see this blue line cross above the black line, well, it's suggesting average prices are going to start moving higher. You might want to look to go ahead and take a long position. And so you've seen since that time, we've had about a 12.5% rally just over the past 15 trading days here in shares of Meta. So a really nice move. But that's not really the entirety of the forecast because we have these other predictive indicators that can help traders really get more out of this here. So what you see at the very bottom of the chart here is what we would call the VantagePoint Predicted Neural Index. And this has a very high level of accuracy, but it's only forecasting ahead 48 hours. It's a very short-term indicator, just short-term strength or weakness in the market. And this is what traders are utilizing to understand when momentum and short-term opportunities are picking up in the marketplace, in addition to the predicted high and predicted low range. So each week in these weekly stocks or hot stocks outlooks, we take a look at these predicted ranges and say, okay, well, if you had this information that says, okay, well, we've seen a crossover to the bullish side in Meta, well, every single day you're getting these levels before the trading day occurs. And this is what allows traders to get excellent entries into the market and manage their opportunities more effectively. So you see about 5 entries here, getting really close even yesterday before that big uplift, and allowing traders to do extremely well. And you'll also notice that as the market moved higher here for what looks to be almost 15 or so trading days, there's only one day where the market goes bearish and you get a subsequent really sideways price action before it very quickly flips back to bullish and we see that momentum pick up. So this again is what's helping traders make these better trading decisions and capitalize not only on this 12%, but potentially adding to the position at the right time to make the most of that opportunity. Here's shares of Baidu. Here we see this blue line crossing above the black line. And again, you'll notice the neural index running sideways, moving down to this red position. And we get a little sideways price action, but the predicted moving average is actually separating. And so we saw a lot of stocks out of China. Last week, we looked at Las Vegas Sands, which does a lot of work in Macau. And so this is what we're seeing as far as these stocks and this trend moving to the upside. And we can take a look at this overall trend here in shares of Baidu. You've got a 30% rally in just the past 16 trading days. So really exciting stuff here. But of course, traders want to say, okay, well, how can I use those predicted highs and lows to get a really nice entry here? And so you'll see that as the market starts to trend higher, we get this swoop down towards this predicted low, another gap down here before an acceleration higher. And now we're just seeing, again, a lot of volatility in the market as we see this past week, seeing a little weakness in the S&P 500. But these entries coming in really several weeks ago from those fresh crossovers to the bullish side within VantagePoint. Energy is actually looking a little bullish here. We're seeing the blue line cross above the black line here in shares of Phillips 66. And really the point here is just to highlight how all of these predictive indicators work on a wide range of markets. So in this case, you see the neural index goes bearish. You get some sideways price action for these subsequent trading days, but the blue line is remaining above the black line. The overall trend is up. Again, once the neural index starts to get bullish again, we see that momentum pick up and share price pick up. But we can really pinpoint all of this down to, again, these predicted highs and lows. And you see days like this where a lot of the almost completely price action is bullish. Well, you end up getting a lot of volatility, move down to the previous predicted low, and then the market continues to trade here. So you see numerous opportunities at 130 before you accelerate up to about 139 most recently here in shares of Phillips 66. Here's a market we looked at last week is Cameco CCJ. And again, really nice move here, again, coming out of the energy space. But here we see overall this move now up over 24% in just the past 15 trading days. But look down at that predicted neural index here, right? It gets bearish here. We get this little sideways run, subsequent price action. Again, it gets bearish here. You actually get a little bit lower the next trading day, but a very bullish forecast. So you see that blue line very much above the black line. And of course, the overall trend very much to the bullish side here, over 20% rally here in a very short period of time here. This is past 16 trading days. And lastly here's Wynn Resorts. So what happens with the software is we actually see a lot of these predictive indicators get bullish in correlated markets. So you look at Las Vegas Sands, you look at Wynn Resorts, and you say that something's going on in this space. We have extremely bullish price action and forecast. So again, your neural index goes bearish here, a couple of days of weakness, but a very good opportunity to be buying down towards the predicted lows with that weakness. And of course, well, we run right into those levels and accelerate higher. So again, you see here, if you have these orders waiting at some of these levels and you're prepared to get long, you get these excellent entries in the uptrend, can really exploit that to your advantage here. So Wynn Resorts here, really nice opportunity. Being driven higher here, shares up 32% in just the past 15 trading days. So really exciting stuff there. So again, you always just want to highlight, whether you're on the bullish or the bearish side, how these predictive indicators are really going to assist you moving forward each and every trading day. So you can really get involved when you notice these big shifts in the market, but also manage the opportunity more effectively, be adding to the position when it's appropriate, and getting defensive when it's appropriate as well. So that'll be it for our Hot Stocks Outlook for October 4th, 2024. Thank you all for watching. Best of luck out there, and bye for now.